Watching Madam Web made me realize we were actually blessed with Jared Leto's Morbius. In comparison to Madam Web, Morbius is cinema. Morbius is the Batman. Morbius is Into the Spider-Verse. Morbius is the Dark Knight. I don't even think with a gun to his head, I could get Martin Scorsese to talk about this movie. If he wasn't right about superhero movies being a mistake, the fact that the history of superhero movies has led us to this dystopia of a movie, well, maybe he was right. I don't know if I was in that movie theater for an hour and a half, 2.5 hours, 3 hours. I don't know if I even left that movie theater. All I know is that watching Madam Web felt like the mother that raised me, loved me, and cared for me, tied me down and started waterboarding me as my dad carved out my skull. Sorry, I think I just had a aneurysm trying to think about the film for a brief second. I really need to know, why is it that when Sony makes animated Spider-Man stories, they slap harder than Chris Rock at the Oscars, but when it comes to live action, they dedicate so much time, money, and I have to say effort, because to consistently fuck up every single live action Spider-Man movie that doesn't even fucking have Spider-Man in it, you have to be dedicated. I didn't go into Madam Web with any expectations. If anything, my expectations for Madam Web were down in the gutter. It was like I was back in Nebraska waiting for the Wendigo at the bus station. These live action Sony Spider-Man spin-offs without Spider-Man have never been great films or even good films. The Venom movies are kind of garbage, but they get away with being garbage because Tom Hardy understands the assignment and just has fun with it. And Andy Serkis actually made a fun, if not stupid, movie when it came to Let There Be Carnage. It's just a gay little rom-com, and you know what? That's a-okay. Morbius is a garbage movie. It is disastrous, but ironically, it is a fun movie to watch because it is that stupid. It's like a high budget The Room if you made Tommy Wiseau a vampire Spider-Man villain. Actually, you know, the hair kind of looks alike. But there is nothing redeemable about Madam Web. There is nothing ironically enjoyable or funny about Madam Web. I don't even remember the plot. I just walked out of this. If you can't tell, this video is not even scripted. I'm having a mental breakdown on the mic as I try to recount what just happened. I don't even remember what I watched. It's like the Babadook ran inside the movie theater and took the memories of this abomination from my mind, because even the Babadook knew, no, Okiro doesn't deserve to be tortured like this. Nobody deserves to be tortured like this. Maybe Sony made a deal with Mephisto of all people that said every single time we make a bad Sony live action movie, we are about to drop a banger of an animated movie. So if that's true, Beyond the Spider-Verse has got to be a masterpiece of art and cinema that makes Martin Scorsese even nut and change every opinion he has ever had about superhero movies. Because Madam Web has got to be the monkey's paw of wishes for Sony to make Spider-Man work, but every single live action movie has to be terrible. I'm not seeing Kraven the Hunter. I don't give a flying fuck how chiseled Aaron Taylor Johnson's abs are or his grandma wife. I'm not watching that movie. You can't make me watch that movie. I don't care if it's rated R. I don't care if it's rated X. I don't care if you told me the trailers are misleading and he's actually a villain protagonist. I'm not watching any more Sony live action movies. These things are dog water. These things are garbage. There is nothing redeemable about Madam Web. I pity every single actor and crew member attached to this film. And dear director and writers of Madam Web, there is nothing about that movie that doesn't make me so disgusted I want to violently vomit out my internal organs. I despise you all so intensely that I can't tell if my vision is blurry from my near-death experience watching that movie or from my unforgiving rage. I will never watch anything with your names on it again. And if by some ungodly, unholy, demonic miracle you are attached to another film, I will go to that studio and I will not leave it until it is torn down to the ground. Don't see Madam Web. Have a great day, everyone. Good morning, good night, good evening. I don't really care. Video's over. Goodbye. Thank you, Patreon and YouTube subscribers. I'm going to go, I don't know, therapy, because I need to question my life decisions now. Goodbye, everybody.